this round one clash between the Richmond Eagles and Heidelberg United. And mind you, this isn't the first game for the season. We've already had 2 games, over 10 goals scored already. And it's kickoff. Heidelberg United kicking from left to right of your screen. Miscued there by Katahan. Now Caceres. Now this is where he's dangerous on his left boot. And has the power, but not the height.
Yeah, look, we've seen him do it before in several occasions. He's got that fantastic left foot, and he sees the option. You can see that gap just at the top left-hand corner of the goal. Has a crack at it, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of that this season. A challenge for the rest of the Victorian Premier League clubs, as White Eagles found out. And the shot, Caceres was close to getting the nudge in there, Simon. I think that shot was probably a little bit offline. As you see coming in there, it was definitely a shot. Come off the wrong part of the boot, but Caceres was almost there for the tap-in.
Heidelberg.
Slefendoris just... It's Alexovsky, jinks around, puts the cross in, Eldorado coming in, and it's just over the bar. It was already in from here. As we have a quick look at the replay, great work from Alexovsky. Crosses it in, Eldorado makes that late run at the back post, and Gal probably done just enough to put him off there.
Put his right midfielder there under no necessary pressure. And now Heidelberg, Alexovsky, looking for the first of the afternoon, the ball squared. Gal could have dived for it, taking no chances there. Antoniadis for the clearance.
Yeah, he was looking for Slefendoris, who was just hanging around that penalty spot. But again, too many numbers. The numbers went out for Richmond at the back.
Greer. He's thinking about it. And not a bad effort for the opening goal of the game. He thought about it, Richie Greer. What about that for 30 yards to kick off the opener here at Kevin Bartlett Reserve?
Simon, that was a superb strike. Stefan Gal, as you see there, didn't have a clue it was coming. And Greer, he's just spotted that gap there. Perfect, inch-perfect shot off the crossbar. Absolutely stunning opener there for Heidelberg United.
Heidelberg already one up, a quarter-hour mark here in this round one Alanic Victorian Premier League opener between Richmond and Heidelberg. Last year's runners-up, Richmond. Alexovsky, it's a great assist too. Caceres can finish on his left. Gal tipped it out, an awkward bounce. And Richmond living dangerously. Viola clearing this for a corner.
Yeah, look, I think Gal probably should have held on to this, to be honest, but he did see it a little bit late and did well enough to get his hands there. And luckily enough for him, there was no one coming in on the left-hand side.
25 minutes in this first half. And it's the visitors, Heidelberg United, leading the Richmond Eagles by 1-0, courtesy of a Richie Greer stunner. Make sure you look at the highlights reel to check that goal again if you've missed it. And a chance for Richmond.
And Carahan did very well on the left-hand side there. They worked it. Absolutely fantastic work over to the left-hand side. The ball comes in, and I think that was O'Hare who just headed over the bar there, but McMaster was lost.
Luckily for Alexovsky spilt what he should have held. On the turn, Purcell. It looks good. Unfortunately there, couldn't connect with the cross. And what about that? Not far off the mark for Richmond. Chris O'Hare.
Cheeky ball just in, and it's come back out and just sat up very nicely. It's one of those ones you hope to just get sitting at the perfect height, and it did, and just didn't do enough to keep it under the bar. Caceres.
It's those two in action again. Eduardo, Alexovsky, Eduardo's cross. Christodoulou to make it 2. A great save there from Gal. That was goal bound at full stretch.
As the ball comes in, it was a nifty little bit of skill there from Eldorado. Christodoulou uses his height and gets up. But Gal just done enough to get it away from Caceres.
Another pass astray. Taylor turnovers in this opening 5 minutes. But that's how the first half started. Opening 10 minutes, both teams just trying to find their momentum. Was that a handball? Well, Sasso Alexovsky's adamant.
As we look at the replay here, the ball comes up. You see Alexovsky controls it. And look, that may be a handball for me. That may be a handball for me.
This time need to get the option right. It falls perfectly here for O'Hare. Can he finish? Helmicott again, the rock in defence.
He's very quick to spot those shooting opportunities and get his body in the way.
Well, I called him the Henry Ferrotto lookalike at the start of the broadcast, and he's certainly playing like him. Henry Ferrotto was an absolute champion with Perth, and a rare opportunity there for Richmond. O'Hare, another case of oh no.
And again, the ball's coming in from Carahan. Just about everything that's been dangerous from Richmond's come in from Carahan.
They've really only had 2 or 3 shots on goal to date to show for it, so it has been an open game, but both defences doing their jobs. And cut across, one of the rare times Griffin McMaster's been called into play. That ball being whipped in from Viola.
I think McMaster's quite happy there, just getting that ball in his hands. He's not had to do it too often.
An opening came in the A-League, and what an impression he made in playing for Brisbane and Adelaide. Noticed in the Asian Champions League, and speaking of the Asian Champions League, we nearly saw a goal of that standard. The scissor kick from Ferrante.
That's almost Rooney-esque, as they say. Cracking strike, and he done very well to get onto that there. I think it was Evan Batsis.
And also, too, it's not like both of these teams are playing or having their first hit out for the season. Richmond, their form's been topsy-turvy in pre-season games against Premier League and First Division opposition. And Heidelberg, what about the back heel? Across, and no one there to tap it in. Maybe it's coming through Armenian. It's only side netting.
Again, that was a lovely back heel from, I think it was Asagi Ardaro. And then no one at the back post until Armenian. There was a big gap there, and Armenian maybe should have cut it back.
And unfortunately, the story doesn't get better for Richmond. Another off-season injury. Davey Van Skip will be missing. He scored plenty of goals for the Eagles in their quest for the minor premiership, and nearly a second there, an absolute bullet from Armenian. What an impact he's had since appearing as a substitute.
Yeah, he's been very busy since he came on. And again, look at the space he had. Not too dissimilar to what happened with Richie Greer at the start.
And on that note, full time is signalled in the opening game of the 2011 Alanic Premier League. And it's Heidelberg with collecting a maximum 3 points away from home here at Kevin Bartlett Reserve with a 1-0-0 victory